John Anderson was the kind of man people trusted without question. A respected local businessman, a devoted family man, and the longtime owner of Anderson Supplies, a hardware store that served the town of Brooksville for more than 20 years. His name was familiar, his reputation solid, and his presence reassuring. So when news broke that John Anderson had been found dead in his own home, the shock rippled through the town like an earthquake. Nothing about it made sense. The discovery was made by his wife, Lisa Anderson, in the early hours of the morning. According to her frantic call to emergency services, John had been resting in the living room the night before after complaining of feeling unwell. When she went to check on him later, he was unresponsive. By the time police arrived, John Anderson was already gone. What detectives found inside the house only deepened the mystery. John's body lay motionless on the living room couch. There were no visible injuries, no overturned furniture, no signs of forced entry. The room was neat, almost unnervingly so. It looked less like a crime scene and more like a peaceful evening abruptly frozen in time. At first glance, it appeared to be a sudden, unexplained death, but to seasoned investigators, something felt wrong. Detective Sarah Miller and her partner, Detective James Carter, were assigned to the case. Both were experienced, methodical, and deeply familiar with the quiet darkness that often hid beneath small-town normalcy. In Brooksville, everyone knew everyone, and everyone had secrets. As word spread, the town held its breath. Rumors circulated quickly. Some whispered about John's business dealings. Others hinted at problems inside his marriage. Few imagined how deeply tangled the truth would become. John Anderson was 45 years old at the time of his death. From the outside, his life looked stable, even enviable. He was known for his generosity, regularly donating to local charities and sponsoring youth sports teams. To many, he was a pillar of the community. But behind closed doors, life was less perfect. John's marriage to Lisa had been under strain for years. They had met in college, married young, and built a life together. But over time, affection gave way to routine. Friends described John as hardworking and dependable, but emotionally distant. His business consumed him, often leaving little room for connection at home. The night of his death followed a familiar pattern. John had spent the day at his store, helping customers and managing inventory. Surveillance footage later confirmed that he left work on time, stopped briefly at a local diner for coffee, and arrived home around 6:45 p.m. Lisa told detectives they ate dinner together and discussed plans for an upcoming vacation. Shortly afterward, John complained of feeling unwell and went to lie down in the living room. Lisa said she gave him space, assuming he just needed rest. That was the last time she saw him alive. The initial autopsy raised more questions than answers. There were no signs of trauma, no immediate cause of death. Toxicology results were pending. Miller and Carter knew this was not a case that would solve itself. Their first focus was Lisa Anderson. At 42, Lisa was well known in Brooksville. She worked as a marketing manager at a local real estate firm and was described as outgoing, charismatic, and polished. During her first interview, she appeared devastated. Eyes red from crying, voice trembling. But detectives are trained to look beyond appearances. As Lisa recounted the events of the night, Miller noticed subtle inconsistencies, hesitations, moments where grief seemed rehearsed rather than raw. When asked about her marriage, Lisa admitted they had been struggling, but insisted she loved John and wanted to work things out. Still, something didn't sit right. Digging deeper into Lisa's life, detectives uncovered a critical lead: Mark Benson. Mark was Lisa's co-worker. Early inquiries revealed that the two had been spending an unusual amount of time together, both in and out of the office. Phone records showed frequent communication, far more than professional necessity would require. When confronted, Lisa initially denied any inappropriate relationship, but when detectives presented text messages, she broke down. The affair had begun months earlier. Lisa described feeling lonely, unappreciated, and trapped in a marriage that no longer fulfilled her. Mark, she said, made her feel seen again, alive again. She insisted, however, that the affair had nothing to do with John's death. Mark Benson was brought in next. At 41, Mark was charming, confident, and well-spoken. He admitted to the affair without hesitation, but denied any involvement in John's death. He claimed to have been home alone the night John died, an alibi that was shaky at best. As detectives examined Mark's background, red flags emerged. He had a history of failed business ventures, mounting debt, and legal disputes. Financial records showed he was living beyond his means. Emails between him and Lisa revealed plans to leave Brooksville together and start a new life elsewhere. The motive was beginning to take shape. Then the toxicology report came back. John Anderson had been poisoned. The substance was rare, fast-acting, and not easily obtained. Strong evidence of premeditation. This was no natural death. This was murder. Investigators traced the poison to a local pharmacy. The pharmacists recalled selling it to a man matching Mark Benson's description, though no receipt could definitively prove it. Just as the case intensified, another revelation surfaced. Financial records showed John had recently paid a private investigator. He suspected Lisa was having an affair, and he was right. The investigators' files contained photos, logs, and recordings confirming Lisa's relationship with Mark. More troubling were notes describing Lisa's emotional state. She had spoken openly about feeling trapped, angry, desperate to escape by any means necessary. Armed with this information, detectives searched the Anderson home again. This time, they found a hidden compartment in Lisa's closet. Inside were documents related to the same poison found in John's system. Confronted with the evidence, Lisa's demeanor changed. The grief vanished, replaced by anger and denial. She accused detectives of trying to frame her. Then Mark came forward. He claimed Lisa had manipulated him, pressuring him to help obtain the poison. He provided messages in which Lisa discussed her plan, portrayed herself as desperate and Mark as reluctant. Both pointed fingers at each other. The final breakthrough came from a neighbor's security camera. Footage showed Mark entering the Anderson home on the night of John's death, directly contradicting his alibi. The truth was undeniable. Under intense interrogation, Lisa confessed. She admitted she felt trapped and believed killing John was the only way out. Mark, she said, helped make it happen. Mark eventually confessed as well. The jury deliberated for days. In the end, both were found guilty. Lisa Anderson was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Mark Benson received a lengthy sentence for his role as an accomplice. Brooksville would never be the same. A man once admired by all was gone. 2 lives were destroyed. And a town learned painfully that even the most respectable facades can hide devastating truths. If this story kept you on edge, stay tuned. The next case dives even deeper into the dark intersection of love, betrayal, and calculated crime.